Hello, I'm Smile Tony. This week's big tech news, besides Apple releasing a new phone, is that Huawei has launched a globally eye-catching new phone. Yes, it's a phone that can fold 3 times. What? Let's not talk about its practicality for now, but from a technological standpoint, it's quite impressive. When unfolded, it really becomes a tablet, and when folded, it's still a usable phone. However, convincing people to buy it might be a bit challenging. But today, I'm not here to talk about phones. I want to discuss whether China's technology can surpass the United States in the future. If you like my video after watching, remember to like and subscribe. In recent years, we've heard a lot about how China aims to surpass the world in military and technology. However, you often find that much of it is just copying or even just changing someone else's trademark and calling it their own product. But the Chinese people I know are all very hardworking, and they seem particularly good at math or technology. Yet for some reason, China always ends up copying others and can't seem to invent anything new. Today I want to talk about this topic. First, education. In Chinese society, it's traditionally believed that studying hard and getting a good job will lead to success. I'm not saying whether this idea is right or wrong, but it leads many Chinese parents to instill this mindset in their children from a young age. Study, study, and study. So how do you get good grades? By doing exercises, and more exercises. Children who grow up in this environment only know how to follow instructions. That's why many Chinese people you know are good at studying and become professionals, because they are doing what they are best at, following instructions. This leads to a situation where even if there are highly skilled students or scholars in China, they can't break through their thinking patterns because they can only follow the questions and provide answers without coming up with new problems themselves. Second, government policy. The Chinese government sometimes really puzzles me. In recent years, there's been a case I find quite interesting: limiting children's gaming time. Don't think that online games are anonymous. They use the phone's camera to analyze in real time whether you're a child and then limit your gaming time. As a parent, I actually agree that children shouldn't play games all the time, but having the government limit it seems a bit much. Why do I use this as an example? Because for society to develop diversely, you need people doing different things, not forcing everyone to do the same thing. Limiting gaming time not only discourages investment in games, but also stifles imagination. Without imagination, how can you innovate? Without innovation, what can you do? Copy. So if China wants to make technological breakthroughs, I think it needs to abandon this paternalistic governance. Third, what do you think is the most important thing in developing technology? Ideas? No. Talent? No. The answer is money. In the real world, without money, everything is a no-no. You need money to attract talent, money to find people with ideas, and money to burn on things that no one has done before and may not even work. Speaking of money and talent, there's a phenomenon I've always found curious. Many wealthy and talented Chinese people choose to emigrate to other Western countries, while it seems there are no talented or wealthy Westerners emigrating to China. Regardless of the reasons, this affects the long-term development of new high-tech. High-tech always has a high failure rate and low success rate, but one successful company can yield more than thousands of failed ones, like Apple and Microsoft. Lastly, it's hard for China to create something original, but it's absolutely possible for them to quickly copy or even improve on the original, because they can work 7 days a week, without holidays and with overtime. This is something normal people can't do, and often the government will subsidize to achieve their goals, which greatly increases their initiative. Therefore, the tech competition between the US and China is unlikely to end in the next 50 years. What do you think? That's all for this episode. See you next time. Bye-bye.